Hello everyone and welcome to week 14. We are in PowerPoint and we are going to be completing PowerPoint chapter 2 and 3 for this week. Go ahead and make sure that you complete your simulations. Not rocket science, pretty easy actually. Takes a little bit of time. There's really not a lot of rigor to PowerPoint. Maybe there's some new keys that you're learning, but again, it's not real hard. So just go ahead and get those two things done. So you can see that I've already passed this once before, and finally I got 100 on these. Usually I don't really get those hundreds all the time when I'm doing my homework with you. Go ahead and make sure that you download the information, the instructions. There's a lot actually here. So please slow down and make sure that you read. We have 14 steps, so just be mindful of that. Pick that up, move that over, and then you've got the student file. So as you know, I save these as soon as I bring them up. If you do it for the first time around, it should say your student last name, or your last name, and then the greater project information. So I'm going to go ahead and just save this in here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So on slide 1, so it looks like we've got 5 slides that we're going to be using today. On slide 1, we are going to select the title placeholder and then display the word art gallery. There's a couple different ways to skin this cat. I honestly, the way that the instructions are reading is how when I'm going to change something, instead of getting all of the wording or whatever's in the text box, I actually click on the text box. Now, if you had me for my face-to-face class, I would tell you that dotted lines are bad. If you ever see a dotted line, that means that the box or anything in it is probably not fully selected. So that's why I always make sure that I get the entire box. So you can see I've got no dotted line. Dotted line is bad. You want a solid line. So once you have the title selected, you are then going to display the word art gallery. And to do that, we're going to go into Format, and then we're going to click the drop down arrow for this. And in the third row, we are going to apply the first art style, fill black, text 1, outline, background 1, hard shadow, background 1. And I love how when you hover, it just shows up. So go ahead and click on that. Then we're going to change the text outline by applying in the 4th column, the 4th color, dark green. And again, this is the text outline, so not shape, but we're going to text outline. And we want dark green, so it's the 4th one, and text 2, lighter 40%. By the way, once you learn where these are, like this is 50%, these don't change. So that's the cool thing about these. So go ahead and just click on that. Next, on slide 2, in the content placeholder, we are going to insert a list type smart art graphic. Now, you're going to click on list first, and now we're going to look for the vertical bracket list. So vertical bracket list. In the top left, go ahead and click OK. Sorry about that. In the top left, text placeholder, we're going to type location. And I've got my caps on for some reason. Sorry about that. And then in the bullet on the right of the location, we are going to type in Brookside. In the lower text placeholder, type availability. and make sure you have no typos. And then in the rectangle to the right, you are going to type in June 2019. Whoops, June 2019. So on step 4, it says to click the availability placeholder and then add a shape. So when you stick in any kind of objects, you will get another tab in your ribbon. This happens to be Smart Art Tools, and we're in the Design tab. Over to the far left, we've got Add a Shape. I'm just going to drop open just so you can see. It says before and after. Will the instructions say to use after? And look at what that does. It gives us another text box just below availability. So make sure that you don't click off of it, and once you get it, go ahead and then type specifications, and it looks like it gave me, let me go back, sorry about that. I did that wrong, so sorry. All right, so click on availability and then click the shape and then type specifications. By the way, PowerPoint's so forgiving. It's not like when we were doing Access. Just go ahead and use your back or forward arrows. Once you are done typing that, don't touch anything just yet, because now we're going to add a bullet so that it goes right across. If you happen to get off of this, you need to go back over to specifications to the text box. And it looks like they want us to add course located. Oh, but I'm not done yet. Around park perimeter. And again, don't forget to proofread. Then in step 5, it says change the Smart Art color to colorful range. So change colors is here. We're going to go into colorful range, and we want 4 to 5. And then apply the 3D cartoon shape. So polished, inset, and there's cartoon. Step 6, select the 3 bracket shapes. And so you may recall when we were in Word or Excel that you could actually use your shift, or excuse me, your control. Oh, come on, here we go. And then select your shapes here. And then we're going to change the shapes to the right arrow shape, the first shape under block arrow. So we're going to just go over to Format, and we're going to change the shape, and we want the first arrow, right arrow. Then on the Format tab, in the Shapes group, so we're in Smart Art Tools, Format tab, in the Shapes group, which is over here, you are going to click the smaller button 2 times to decrease the size of the arrows. So once, then twice. Now on slide 3, I'm on step 7. On slide 3, we are going to convert the bullet to text. So let's get that. And again, I suppose you could highlight it. I am going to just click on the placeholder here and select that. Remember, dotted lines are bad. You want a solid line. And we are going to convert to a Smart Art graphic. I'm going to go down to more because it's telling me that we want a list, but we want vertical box list graphic. So be careful. So vertical box list graphic. Then in step 8, it says to change the Smart Art color to accent color or colorful range, accent colors 4 to 5. So colorful range, accent colors 4 to 5, and then apply the Smart Art style of 3D polished. I like that. That definitely gives it a pop. That's definitely nice. Very nice. Okay, step 9. Let's now go down to slide 5, and we are going to insert a word art in the first row. So we're going to insert, and we want word art, and this is the first row, and we want the last style, which is fill, dark teal, accent 4, soft bevel. And you're going to replace the word art text with "to accept the challenge." And there's a question mark, and it is a capital T, capital A, capital C. Then, now we've got a dotted line. So I am going to click on the placeholder, and then we're going to change the font size to, looks like 48. And step 10 says to hold down your shift key, and we are going to drag this down so that the edge of the placeholder, the top edge of the placeholder, which is this, surrounding the word art, is positioned on the lower half of the vertical ruler. Now, you got to make sure that you have your rulers on, your vertical and your horizontal. To do that, you need to go into View and click Ruler. Make sure that that is selected. And I probably should have told you that at the beginning, but that's okay. You didn't need it until now. So View, make sure that you have this selected ruler. Once that's done, go ahead and hit your Shift, drag this down, and it says the lower vertical one. And you want the top part of your vertical, or the box, to be right at 1. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's it. So just make sure that you've got that. And you can see that these lines are moving around. After that, we are going to apply the pill transition. Transitions are for your slides going, from slide to slide. Animation is just for objects only. So you could do pictures or any of these text box. But in this case, we're just doing the slides themselves. So you want pill off transition. So pill off, and then make sure that you apply it to all slides. Next, let's insert a header footer. And on the notes handouts, you want to include the date and time so that it updates automatically, a page number, and using your own name, you want the text to read your last name. Don't forget to do underscore, your first name, underscore, 2F, and that's a capital F, then attractions, and that's a capital A, and make sure you have no typos. And once you have that, that's going to be your footer. Next, apply to all the slides. And let's go ahead, display the document property. So backstage view, show all. We have a tag to put in, and we're going to call this zip line, comma, rock wall. And once you get that done, I usually close mine up that says show all properties. I close that up. And then we're just going to go back to the regular view. So let's view now the slides from the beginning. I have 2 monitors, so I'm going to make sure that I did choose the primary monitor. So I don't know if you're on campus doing that, so just make sure if that's what you want to do. And we're just going to click through these. Once you get through, just go ahead and save and close the presentation. Make sure that you did click through though. And go ahead and save this. And let's get rid of this. Let's go ahead and upload this puppy. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping that I got another A on this. Nice and easy. And once that's uploaded, and This is PowerPoint 1. Scroll down. There it is. Got another 100. All right, nice and easy. Good luck this week, and let me know if you have any questions.